Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please leave a like, subscribe and share because it really helps. This fairy tale, it has no date, I am afraid. It's called though, The Flying Childer. I'm scarce sure if I can tell you it all right, but I guess I mind. It as it was told to me, that's how I'll do it. Let's see now. There was once a chap, as was great for the woman folk, and couldn't keep out of their way if he tried ever so. The very sight of a petticoat half a mile off on the road would call him to follow her. Now one day, as it might be, he came kabang round a corner, and there was the rampiest maid, sitting her alone and washing herself. And the fond chap was all out of his wits to want. And the upshot of it was, he swore he would wed her if she would come home with him. And she said, I'll come and welcome, says she, but you must swear as you'll wed me. I will, says he, I swear it, and thought to himself, over the left shoulder that. You must wed me in a church, she says. I will, says he, if ever I put foot in, he thought to himself, and if you don't, what shall I forespell you, she says. Lawks, says he, for he was feared of being forespelled, which is main mischance, you see. Don't you overlook me, don't you. If I don't wed you, may the worms eat me. They're bound for to do it anyway, thinks he to himself. And the childer have wings and fly away, and no great matter if they do, thinks he. But the maid didn't know what he was thinking, and she went with him. And by they came to a church. You can wed me hereby, she says, tweaking his arm. No, says he, the persons are hunting. So they went on a bit further and came to another church. Well, hereby, says she. No, says he, parsons none whatsoever enough, and the clerk is drunk. Well, says she, maybe there will can wed us for all they're in liquor. Houts, says he, and gives her a kick. So on they went, and by they met with a tailor-man, and he says he to the tailor-man, what and where's your master? Oh, down by, says he. So on they went, till they came to a bit cottage by the lane side, and they knocked and kicked at the door till it shook, but never a word came from innard. So they walked right in, and there was an old man lying sleeping and snoring on his bed. Well, the young chap kept about him for summat handy, and saw not an axe. So he upped with it and brained the old fellow, and chopped his feet and hands off him. And then he set to and cleaned the place, and thrang the corp out of the window, and laid the fire in the hearth, while all was smart and natty. Then they lived there, him and the girl, and had some children. Obviously these were children. Hi, says the chap. The corp is mine. What do you want with him? I'll bury him for you, says the wise woman. Because obviously they had lost a crop, I believe it's meant to be. But it doesn't say, it says corp, right? I wouldn't know what a corp was, but maybe crop. No, you won't, says he. I'll do it myself. Well then, says she, I'll stand by. No, you won't, says he. I can do it better my own. Take your way, fool, she says, but give me the axe then, instead of the corp. No, I won't, says he. I might warn her again. Aye, says the wise woman. None have, none give, red hand and lying lips. And she went away muttering and twisting her fingers. So the chap buried the corp. And, least he not forget it was, He left one arm sticking out of the ground, and the feet and hands he chucked in the pigs, and says to the girl, I'll go and snare, I'll snare a corny. See you keep this house. And off he went. I think they're talking about a body. The body. The girl diddle-daddle shouted and bouted, and proudly the pigs began, squealing as if they were killed. And oh, says the girl, what's amiss with them, for so to squeal? And the dead feet upped and cried, we be amiss, us'll trample the pigs till you bury us. So she took the feet and put them in the earth, and by the pigs lay down and died. Oh, oh, says the girl, what the matter with them, for so to die? And the dead hands upped and cried, we be the matter, we choke them. So she went and buried the hands too. And by she heard summat a calling on her, and she went for to see what it wanted. Who be a calling, says she. You put us wrong, says the feet and the hands. We here feeling, and we here creeping, and we can't find the rest of us anywhere. Put us by the old man, where his arm sticks out of the ground, or we'll tickle with fingers and tread you with toes till you lose your wits. So she dug them up and put them by the old man. And by the young chap came back and called for his dinner. Where's the childer, says he. Gathering berries, says she. Berries in spring, says he. And he kept on with his eating. But when might come, and there weren't home, where's the childer, says he. Gone a fishing, says she. Aye, says he. And the babby too. And came the morning. He shook the girl up, sudden and broad, in her ears, says, where's the childer? Ooh, says she in a hurry, flown away the childer have. They have, says he. Then you will go after them. And he appeared with an axe and chopped her in pieces and shoved the bits under the bed. Well, by the childer came flying back and kecked about for their mother, but they saw none. Where's mother? They say to the chap. Gone to buy bacon, says he, feeling uneasy. Bacon, says they, and with finches hanging ready. And presently they came again and says, where's mother now? Gone to seek you, says he, shaking under the bedclothes. Aye, says they, and we be here. And before he could get out of bed, they came all round him and pointed at him with their fingers. Where's mother to now? Oh, he squealed, under the bed, and he put his head under the blanket. The children pulled out the bits and fell to weeping and wailing. They pierced their shrill together, and the chap, he went for to creep to the door and get away. But they caught him and took the axe and chopped him up like a girl and left him lying whilst they went away gratting. As soon as he was sure that he was dead, the chap got up and shook himself. And there was the girl. She was standing waiting for him with long claws out and teeth gibbering and eyes blazing like a green cat going to spring. And naturally the chap was feared, and he runned and asked to get away. But she runned after him with her long claws straight out, till he could not feel her tickling the back of his neck and straining with the longing to choke him. And he called out to the thunder, strike me dead. But the thunder wouldn't, for he was dead already. And he runned to the fire and begged, burn me up, but the fire wouldn't, for the chill of death put it out. And he thrung himself into the water and says, drown me blue. But the water wouldn't, for in death colour, coming is the face already blue. And he took the axe and tried to cut and thrust his throat. but the axe wouldn't. And so, last, he threw himself to the ground and called for the worms to eat him. And, as he could rest in his grave now, be quiet and quit of that woman. But by and by up crept a great worm, and a strange and great thing it was, with the girl's head at the end of its long shiny body, and it crept up beside him, and round and about, and over him, while it devoured away all the other worms, and then it set to eat him itself. "Oh, eat me quick," he squeals. "Steady now," says the worm. "Good food's worth the meal time. You hold still, and let me enjoy myself. Eat me quick, he says. "Don't you haste me, I tell you," says the worm. "I'm getting on fine. You're near gone now." And it smacked its lips with the goodness of it. "Quick," he whispered again. "Whilst you're impatient, chap," said the worm, and it swallowed the last bit. And the lad was all gone. And I'd got away from the girl at last. And that's all. That's the weirdest story I have ever read. It's not just the way the way the wording was, but like, he was dead and came back to life, but was still dead, and then ran away, but was dead, but then died again because he got eaten, and the children flew away. I have no idea what that's all about. If anybody understands it, then put in description what you think, because that one's an odd one. Thanks for listening. Bye.